my colleague and the head of the Department of Biotechnology in Government of India, the biotechnology expert and the biotechnologist in his own right, Dr. Rajesh Gokhale, Director General Dr. Lawrence Banks, Dr. Ramesh, Excellencies, representatives from different countries, delegates, friends, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I have to perform the pleasant task of formally welcoming you to New Delhi on behalf of the Government of India, on behalf of the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, also on my behalf and on behalf of the entire scientific fraternity of this country. And as we all know, the ICGEB, an intergovernmental body established way back in 1983 to enhance the application of biotechnology for sustainable global development. And today it has 3 important centers of excellence. And most of you, rather all of you, as you know, one of them is in Italy, Trieste, the other one Cape Town, South Africa, and third one New Delhi. Now, why I am saying so to an informed audience who already know this, and why I think the reason why I'm trying to recall this is that according to me, the Board of Governors meeting in 2025, and for the meeting to be conducted, the most appropriate venue should have been New Delhi, and therefore I'm glad that you are over here. And why I'm saying so again is because India today is a happening destination, and much of the buzz that you see around also owes its origin to a series of success stories created by the biotechnology fraternity of this country, which have not only received global attention but also received global acknowledgement, and in fact given not only the scientific fraternity but even India a higher esteem in the world arena. And as a minister in the government, I have no hesitation to say that much of it has been possible because of the personal indulgence of Prime Minister Modi. Dr. Rajesh Gokhale would bear me out that when I think about 2 years back, when he had a mega biotech startup conclave, Prime Minister, despite all the pressing engagements, was kind enough to spare time, not only did a formal inauguration, also went around. I mean, it's quite a lot of interest interacting with young startups, visiting each of their stalls. And over the years, the government support, by all means, has been on the rise. If you look at our financial budget over the last 10 years of this regime, it's gone up by more than 130%, from 1,485 crore to over 3,447 crore. And that is not alone the resource pool as far as finances is concerned, because this government has been very forthcoming in encouraging private participation in all our ventures, all our projects. And we have a very vibrant interface in place called the BIRAC. And not only this, just now as you heard Prime Minister Modi referring to the Bio E3 policy, which this government recently rolled out. It means biotechnology for environment, biotechnology for employment, biotechnology for economy. And I think we are among the first to have rolled out a policy like this at the government level, with a futuristic vision that, look here, this is going to determine the foundations and the pillars of the world economy in the years to come. And therefore, we have taken a step forward instead of waiting to take cue from others. During COVID, the Prime Minister constituted a separate agency called Mission Suraksha, and he would personally monitor each day. That's the reason, one of the reasons why a country of 1.4 billion could be saved of the catastrophe which was faced by several other smaller countries, a much smaller population. And that also enabled us to come out with the first DNA vaccine and gift it to the rest of the world. I must compliment Rajesh Gokhale and his team for having accomplished that. Then there have been a series of success stories as far as vaccine research and translation is concerned. Whether it's the HPV vaccine, let's say other vaccines, and of course the first ever indigenous antibiotic also comes from this department, the nephithromycin, which is found to be effective in resistant respiratory infections, though being a general antibiotic, of course. Then also a successful gene therapy trial to manage hemophilia, which all of you know is a blood disorder caused by the deficiency of clotting factor 8, and which found a publication in the New England Journal of Medicine. And the outcome of all this is that over the last 10 years, our number of startups has gone up from 50 to more than 10,000 in biotechnology. The bioeconomy, which was just $10 billion US 10 years back, in 8 years, it went up 8 times, went up to 80 billion, then 100, then 130. Now look forward to being $300 billion US in the next few years. And if you look at the academics or the academic accomplishments of this center in New Delhi, they have so far facilitated PhD for as many as 105 international students from as many as 29 countries, and more than 300 students from within India, and more than 112 postdoctorals from all these 29 countries. If you look at the milestones, you have the diagnostic kits for dengue, for HIV, for celiac disease. If you look at the plant biotechnology that has been undertaken over here, we have successfully come out with the high-yielding rice lines using genome techniques, and also the enzyme cocktail to convert biomass into biofuel. And therefore, when I say this, I am trying to justify my opening remark that this was possibly the most appropriate venue to have a meeting like this and a brainstorming lasting for 3 days. Honorable Prime Minister Modi is often quoted saying, and I quote what he says in Hindi, "Yahi samay hai aur sahi samay hai," which means this is the time and this is the right time. And I might venture adding to that कि यही समय है, सही समय है और यही स्थान है, which in other words means this is the time, this is the right time, and this is the right location to have a brainstorming of this nature, of this magnitude. Because quite unlike in the past, today, we are in a position to offer much to our brothers and sisters across the world and to the rest of the world. And though the ICGEB presently, as was being mentioned in the opening remarks by Dr. Ramesh, constitutes 69 member countries and 18 additional members, India, as one of the founding members, can be a valuable partner at least in 4 key areas: the bioenergy, the industrial biotechnology, plant biotechnology, and biomedical research. And may I add 2 more, that is space biotechnology or space medicine. We've just entered into a formal MOU with the Indian Space Organization, the ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, which is a counterpart of NASA, so that when our astronauts up there in the space move, they have a specialized care system in place, and we hope to contribute to that. And the other one, which I might wish to add, is the biomanufacturing a sample of which you saw just now in the form of this video, and which all of us hope to visit tomorrow. And therefore, that makes India rise to rank 12 globally and rank 3 in the Asia Pacific as far as the biomanufacturing is concerned. And it is in these areas that ICGEB can provide support and leadership to India's initiatives. The role of ICGEB in setting up regional centers of biotechnology in the third world countries can be exploited, and India can be an active participant in an initiative like this. And it is these possibilities, I'm sure, the Board of Governors will deliberate upon the 3 days to facilitate optimum use of India's vast potential, India's unexplored resources, and not the least, above all, the most enabling political dispensation that we have in place in New Delhi. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.